Hey guys, welcome back. I am going to go ahead and tackle a lot of these flower beds. They just need a clean reset. So I'm going to pull out all of the flowers and all of the beds that are annuals, and then I'm going to go ahead and move a couple of plants in a different location. I may just give you a picture of that just because it's in the front yard and it's kind of a busy area. So I try not to take a lot of pictures in the front yard, but I'm going to move some things and clean everything up to get it a nice reset for any fall planting we decide to do. All right, so I have some tomato plants. They're not going to be producing anything else for the rest of the season. These salvia, I'm actually going to move to the front yard. I think they will have a really nice life along our driveway, so I'm going to pull those out and replant those. I'm thinking about moving the carnations in that area too, because I am going to eventually break down this bed and rethink what I want to do in this space. Look at those root systems. Sorry guys. Hope you're not too angry with me. Got my work cut out for me to replant those. This is a small pot, but maybe some of them will survive in this little thing right here. Probably not, but it'll look cute for a little while anyway, right? I think. Let me just toss some of this soil out. So that's what that's like. It's actually not looking bad on camera. I just need to clean it up a little bit. No, it's not looking so bad. You guys were skeptical, I know it. All right, let's move to the next section. I mostly cleared all of this out. Just a few things that need to be just, grass, weeds. I also have these guys, are daisies. We'll see if we can save as many as we can. And now I just need to replant everything. I'm gonna do those last. We'll work on these next. Let me move them. I think I'm going to try and pair the daisies with some of the Rudbeckias. I think that would be really pretty. The Rudbeckias seem to get taller, but when they're on their back, they're shorter. But there's quite a few Rudbeckia. There's obviously one right there where all the yellow ones are, right there, back there, and then some of these in the front as well. Let's see if it stays in there. This dirt is so dry. Okay. Yeah, that's a Rudbeckia. So I'm thinking just even. So I'm going to put one on that. Not that it has to be balanced, but my brain kind of wants it to be semi-balanced. It's good enough. Somebody's like, it's not good enough. But I don't want it to be always symmetrical. I want them slightly in the front probably, but I did grow these from seed earlier this year, last year when I started them. I think I'm gonna water this in a little bit because it is very dry. So that's what it looks like. I'm gonna stand back a little bit. It is not quite even, but we will come back to how we want it later. There's one right there and one right there. It's a little bit farther apart, but I'm not too concerned. Like I said, we can always change it and see how it looks. We might like it in that spot. I don't need everything to be completely balanced. If you look, the humps that I have are not all the same size. They're not all the same shape. They don't extend as far along the fence line evenly on both sides. We're just planting, we're just throwing it in there. What I do need, what I do know that this entire place needs is just a huge amount of compost and mulch. That would be absolutely wonderful. But we're going to move on. I'm going to go grab the other things and see what else we can get done. Before we get started with any of that, I'm going to go ahead and just clean everything out of these beds. The petunias are going, those petunias, the other ones on the other side, they're all coming out because they definitely need to be cleaned out. I'm leaving the dahlias because I want to see if I can get seed from them. I don't know if they're going to be the same seeds. I think they will be. I don't have any other dahlias nearby. I know sometimes when you have a bunch of dahlias next to each other, they pollinate each other, and then they could be a cross between whatever dahlias you have. My hydrangea looks so silly by itself in there. It's just kind of funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant this little guy right in here. They don't mind more shade than sun. It gets a pretty good amount of bright sunlight, but just not direct sunlight. So let's see if this little guy wants to hang in here. We'll come back and check on it in a little bit. Oh, and then let me show you. So just so you know, like everything looks really nice, really cool, right? It's great. Well, maybe not to some. Some people are like, well, it's kind of lacking. Anyway, ripped, ripping. All these chairs, I need to put new bottoms on. If you have any suggestions on what I should do, I could try and put new bottoms in, or I could find some sort of metal that's similar in color and solderize it to the metal frames. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with that yet. So all these chairs need to be repaired. So it looks pretty. Now I'm going to take care of these guys before they die. I'm going to put them along the side garden, which I'll show you a little snippet of what that looks like. It's just a pretty long side garden that goes all the way down to the end of the fence line. Just because traffic is always heavy, it's loud, so much noise. So I just try and just do quiet gardening in the front. But I'm going to get that done. I'll pop up a picture. Okay, so just to kind of recap, I actually did a little bit of extra stuff. I cleaned out the containers. They look happy. I didn't water anything. We'll do that later. That's empty. I think I showed you that. I put a little something something in there just so it doesn't have anything not in there. I did end up putting the carnations in between the trio of, I guess the duo is now a trio. So I did put the carnations in between there. They tend to get pretty high too, so I didn't want to put them in the front because that would block the daisies. But I have a little trio. I don't like these random stems. I don't know if it's a good thing, but I'm just gonna, these random stems are just getting on my nerves, just seeing them. We'll just kick those out of there. They just, I don't know, just looks not nice. And then I'm gonna deadhead this guy because that's annoying me too. Just to kind of clean them up a little bit so those other blooms can kind of pop out. I think that looks a little bit better. Okay, this one, come here, little guy. I see you back there trying to hide from me. We'll just go ahead and take you out too. Do, 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 do. That's a little bit better to me. I know someone's gonna be like, don't go from plant to plant. I'll take a little sit right here. The corn is doing okay. I don't know if we're probably not gonna get any corn, but it's just a fun little backdrop, especially since Halloween and you know all the fall things are happening. It looks pretty nice. Maybe if it turns brown, it'll be even more of a fall theme. But I again don't have anything else to show you, I don't think. And I will see you guys in the next video. I am planning on doing kind of a propagation and division type of video. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for that. But anyway, hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the week, a wonderful Wednesday, I think it is. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.